Hey, welcome to Let's Eat with Russ. Today I'm going to show you a little trick to harvest the crab meat out of your crab. I was really disappointed that the store didn't have king crab legs, which I usually prefer, so I had to settle for these Dungeness crab legs. It's the same crab meat basically, it's just a little bit more work because the legs are smaller, so I like the big king crab legs where you can get a bigger chunk of meat out at a time. But anyway, so if you don't know anything about harvesting crab meat, and if you do, then you can ignore this video. But up here around the cluster where it breaks off from the main body of the crab, there's good meat in this portion, but you got these weird little skins, so to speak, around it, so you want to be careful to try to peel those off in a way as best you can. And then there should be a good, nice chunk of decent meat right in there. But again, you got to watch out for these little skins, because you don't want to eat that part. So once I get through there, I mostly just break off that top part. There might be a little bit more meat in there once you break it off. Depends on how meticulous you want to be, how much time you want to spend, and how much meat you want to get out of it. So most people would just use like a nut cracker to crack these. I don't have one on hand, so I'll show you a couple of other methods that I use. So one is just to use kitchen scissors, and it's easier to go through the lighter sort of underside of the shell. It's usually thinner and a little easier to cut. So I can just cut right down. Get it open and just kind of scoop out the meat with your fingers. Again, it depends on how much effort you want to put in to get every last little bit, or if you just want to say forget about it. And when you get to these other segments down here, it's kind of, is it worth it? There is some meat in there, but it's so small, it's hardly worth it, but I'll do it anyway just to show you for the sake of the video here. And of course that very tip portion, there's nothing there. It's not worth the time or the trouble. But there's still some more meat in there, a little bit. And then my other trick that I use, if I don't have a good pair of kitchen scissors, is, let me just get this out of the way. You can actually just use a fork, and it's kind of the same. You can just use one of the tines of the fork and take that off. You can just, again, on the wider side where it's a little softer, you can just stick it in like that and just kind of pull up, and it'll just break right through. And then it's the same thing, so then you can just break it open and get the meat out. So anyway, that's my crab shelling trick. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.